Good morning. You find me at the Broyle, and we start with a Marshall traction engine called Jess. Not really sure, but it's normally a power saw bench, which is undercover at the moment. Over there is a Scamel of some kind, a 1967 model year. I'm just going to work my way along now, because here we see a typical woodsman's campsite. We're going to get to the steam engines first, because, well, we're going to go to steam engines, and the first thing we see is a Foden steam wagon. Note the boiler here, and note the fact the engine's in there somewhere. They've even got instructions on how to use it, which is pretty handy. It's dressed up as it's owned by Bishop and Sons, London. Yeah, so this is a Foden steam wagon. Here's a Aveling and Porter steamroller by the name of Ebenezer. They're currently polishing it at the moment. And it looks like a compound setup as well. So you got a small cylinder, which is the high pressure, and much bigger one is a little bit of still low pressure, or lowish. Notice how it's steered with chains. Imagine trying to steer this. But yeah, it's got the Invicta symbol on the front of it, so that's how you know it's an Aveling Porter. Here we come across a Broyle. Yeah, we come across a Broyle traction engine. Again, imagine trying to steer one of these. I couldn't do it. Not sure about this one though. I'm just going to put. Just trying to think what this one is. There must be a clue on this one. And if we look to my right, there's another Aveling and Porter steamroller by the name of Sammy Lou. And you can tell by the Invicta symbol on the front, which is prancing horse symbol. Here's another Aveling and Porter steam engine, again branded as Invicta, and it's called Lionheart, which I think I've seen Lionheart before. I'm trying to think where. Oh, I better leave them to it. It's a bit early in the morning for people like me to be about, isn't it? If we go past here, we see various miniature steam engines. Which one's this one? This looks like a miniature Foden, I think, this one. Yeah, I think this is a miniature Foden. There we are. What sort of size? I'm seeing how much I can video and I can get done. Here's some more miniature steam engines. A miniature traction engine there. There's a miniature showman's engine just there. Now this is interesting. If we just come over here, it looks like a Stanley steamer, because way back in the beginning of motoring there were steam powered cars, and here's an example of one. I keep thinking I've seen this one before at some point. Miniature Broyle over there. Now I've just seen some more various vehicles. Now we've got ourselves some classic cars. I think that's a miniature. I don't know what that one is. I think that's a miniature. I'm having to read the front of these things. Miniature Garrett, that one. I think I've seen it before. I don't know. I can never remember. I do so much stuff. I keep. It will be, yeah. Well, if my internet gets back to normal, the old thunderstorm upset it. Thunderstorm upset it yesterday morning.
Who do you go on to? Who are you on YouTube?
I'm known as Tim the Magic Bus 666 because it's a.
Oh right.
Yeah, I just can't.
Quite a few who do put videos of the shows up almost on the Monday after the show.
Yeah, I think it's because the broadband in some parts is a bit rubbish.
Right.
I'm paying for a shoddy service, so I'll have to sort that out at some point.
What camera are you using?
Oh, this is a DJI Osmo 5 Pro.
Oh right. Goes DJI, nice stuff, isn't it?
I like it, although I have to be careful with the batteries though because they can get a bit hot.
Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't. I bought one of the DJI Mavic Pros when they first come out.
All right.
A few years ago, and I've been playing around with helicopters and drones before. Until I had that one, they're out of the world. They really, DJI really knew what they're doing.
Yeah, I've set this up so it's 4K 60 frames a second, although it does end up with some pretty big files.
Yeah, that's the trouble when you're doing this, though, isn't it? Get the quality.
Oh well.
You have to be of editing doing that.
Yeah. Here's a. That looks like a Hillman Hunter, I think that one. Yeah, Hillman Hunter, this one. Here's a Rover 75. Well, it's known as a 75. It's actually a P4. Alrighty.
Yeah.
If we look to our right, there's an AEC region that was a bus at one point, but it's been set up as a towing rig. Essentially, it's become a towing rig and maintenance vehicle. Could have done with that yesterday. There was a bus stuck in my village. Again. Literally again. Seems to be some interesting bikes here. Oh, I better not. Yep. Right. Gonna go take a look at this Austin A30. Austin of England. Yeah, so this is a Austin A30. Even reasonably priced cars had style. Why can we go back to that? This one's an Austin 10 by the looks of things, sitting next to I think an Austin 12.4. Here we are. Here's a 12.4 Ascot light. There's another Austin 10, is it? Austin 16, I think.
Morning.
Morning. Yeah, I'm alright.
He's just greedy. Swine.
But he has a eclectic taste though.
Well, if I know he's going to be washing cars, then I wouldn't have bothered washing mine last night.
Here's a Morris Minor 1000. They always were 1000, I think, apart from the really early ones, which are known as the MM, which had side valves. This is a forgot what it is, so I'll have to read it. Austin 12. No, it says Austin 6 here. Right, I'm gonna take another look at the bikes because I've got to go round. The way the cars have been arranged, I'm having to Be very careful how I get past them. Imagine hot rodding one of these. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? Right, now we come across by the looks of things, an Austin 7. The Austin 7, as I've said before, was the car that made the whole clutch, brake, accelerator, steering, handbrake and gear shift arrangement stick. That's what pop. Here's a Triumph bicycle next to a rally roundabout. What's this? A Volocet BSA Bantam Major, sitting next to a Ferguson TE series tractor, one of the Battleship Grey Fergies. Here's a standard whatever it is, standard, it says pennant on the front. A standard pennant. Here's a Humber Super. Here's a Humber. Here's the Super Snipes. The writing's not that clear, not that legible. Here's a Humber Hawk.
We
go down the hill.
Yeah, so this is a Humber Hawk.
No, just for, what's it? What's the
What a lovely cruiser that is.
Come on, have it. I can't even think of it now.
We passed an Eastham.
Because you're
Yep.
coming down this way, didn't you?
Yeah.
Here's
It's
a,
coming from my way.
looks like an AEC Regent
What's it?
sort of route master bus. Here we are. So I've now found some of the buses. Just gonna if we walk along a bit more, there's a AEC Regent here again. It seems the route masters were otherwise known as Regents, I think. See, here's a East Kent bus, again AEC, Hastings X26, way back when. Here's a comma general purpose lorry. Oh, this is the auxiliary fire service one, this one. And here's some agricultural equipment, including one that's got a Villiers engine on it. And there's a Wolseley running in the background. I think we've seen this before, but I'm always glad to see this. Here's some more agricultural displays here. And this is vintage toys, so this is what kids would have played with back in the day. Not a single bit of electronics to go wrong. So, oh, this is interesting. There's a chassis with a steering wheel, but not much else. Whatever is this? Whatever in the name of what's it is this? There's Victorian button hooks. I don't know what that's. Oh, here we are. 1935 Hudson Terraplane, bought as a truckload of bits. Could make a very good basis for a hot rod, that would. There's hardly anything left on it. We now come across this Triumph Stag Owners Club. Always glad to see Triumph Stags. This one's a... And I would say what each one would have, but they would come with a Triumph V8, which is about 3 litres, although some may have been re-engined with Rover V8s. It has been known to occur. I hope not though. These will have the Triumph V8, which was a in-house V8 that was made by Triumph. So there's a green one, 1976. Next to it's a 1974 in red. Behind it's a white one it's a 1977. Next to a 1978, I should think, in sort of a 1970s brown really. Bit of a what could have been, because these are actually pretty good. Oh, this one's an automatic. So GT's just for cruising in really, but because I never really got on with automatics. I've only ever driven stick. So I only spent 3 days driving an automatic once, because I had to borrow one. Yeah, so this is the, oh, this one's British Racing Green, that one. Lovely colour that is. Next to a sort of banana yellow one. Yeah, this is the Stag Owners Club East Sussex area, this. I don't really need to go into what would have gone into these. As I say, they all had an engine designed for them, made by Triumph. It's a majestic sight, this. It really is. Right, yeah, so this is quite a majestic sight, this. I have thought about getting one, but again, life intervenes and probably don't have time to do any sorting out. So we're going to go over to some more classic cars over here. And we see a Sunbeam Rapier. As I recall, 1.5 litre engine, sitting next to a Ford Consul drop top alongside a Vauxhall Wyvern, which is to my right there. Vauxhall Wyvern, an Austin, I think, what's that one? Another A40, this one. Sitting next to an A35 van. And it's got the Sussex symbol on it, but not the Sussex symbol we know of. Here's an Austin 12.4 Westminster. That's when that, oh, well, I won't go into it. It's when all these places meant something. Here's a Morris Minor 1000, the Traveller type, so it's the Woody. There goes a Fordson Major in black. This is a Triumph TR6, I think. Yeah, it'd be a TR6, I should think. There's the 6-cylinder, and it's a petrol injection model. It's a bit complicated for its day, actually. So this must be a TR7 or TR8. TR8 was a 3.5 litre, so that, I really must look into this. So I know the Triumph Stag had a Triumph V8, but I don't know whether the Triumph V8 was ever fitted to this. It says 3.5 litre, so that's going to be the Rover, unless they, it's the only clue I got. Another TR6, again PI model. Next to this is a Austin Allegro. Well, Vanden Plas 50. Yeah, it's says it's a Vanden Plas, this one, so this is the Vanden Plas version, Vanden Plas 1500, which it looks exactly like an Austin Allegro. There was a bit of badge engineering even back then. There's
That's
a,
the one with all the
ooh,
bits and bobs inside.
oh, that's the Riley Elf, that one.
Yeah, this is the one that usually gets down to
Oh,
where
the
we
girl, yeah.
where we don't go anymore.
That's right.
She was it, there you are, there's Omo, there's proof of it.
Barely any room on that seat. Yeah, so this is a Riley Elf. Ooh, looks like a Sierra Cosworth, this one. That was sewn from way back when, relative to me. And if we have a little look, Cosworth. I wonder if they're still going. We look to our right is a Escort XR3i, would have come with a 1.8. This would have been 130 brake, I think this one. Quite modest, but people still wanted them. Sometimes the wrong sort of people wanted them. Here we are with a Sunbeam Rapier again.
Yeah, I'm not buying that car. Yeah, he's right now.
Next to what looks to be a Ford Prefect, I think that one. I think this is a Ford Prefect. Very minty green, that one. It looks as though they've done something with the interior as well. Right, if we move along a bit, Ford Cortina Mark 2, no, Mark 1 this one. That's the engine. Nice little cross flow job there. What's this? Oh, this looks like a Citroen Traction Avant. Sitting next to an MGA. Yeah, the tractors are starting up. Be videoing them later. Here's a Jowett, 1930 Jowett, 7/17 long 4 fabric. And if we have a little look, it's probably got a little engine. Look at that. To change properly. Yeah, well. Yeah. One or two people I know, if they tried to drive this, they couldn't do it because there's no real driver aids on this. If we look to my right now, we see an MGT type, so it's TF, that one, first incarnation of a TF, because there was TFs later. Ooh. Ah, yes, 1969 Ford Mustang 390, probably a Mac, was it a Mac 1? Not sure, but it's a fastback of some kind anyway. If we look to my right, we see a Wolseley. Now. Yeah, Wolseley 1300, this one. So this would be the platform known as ADO16, which the Austin 1100 was part of, Austin 1300 GT was part of. I think there was all sorts of versions of this. There's an Austin 7 Racer. I've seen this one before. It's really good to see those. This looks like a Volvo 121 or 122. Here's a Super Minx estate. Just get the door out of that a minute. Sitting next to a Tri-5 Chevy. Helpful, they put on the number plate 1955. So this is a more pure form and isn't overdone with chrome. This must be one of the most lovely shaped cars ever. And I notice
See a young bloke comes up to it now and again and gets in it, and they just jump in and
Right, we see a Wolseley 1500, I think, being polished up, so I won't disturb them. There's an old Vauxhall here, but which one is this one? Just says it's a 6. A Vauxhall 6. This one. Yeah, Vauxhall does have a long history, and most of it was being under General Motors.